Hi everyone, I'm Evangeline here at eTrailer. Since every bike rack fits every vehicle differently, today we're going to focus in on the Thule T2 Pro XTR and how it fits here on a 2025 Nissan Kicks. The T2 Pro XTR is going to be Thule's more premium bike rack, and it has all of the add-ons that you may need just to make life a bit more convenient. The main thing is going to be the wheels that make it a lot easier to roll around in your garage when not in use. But then you also have other things like the integrated locks on the hooks and being able to keep your bike safe and protected. With that in mind, if you are looking to carry around heavier electric bikes on your Nissan Kicks, this rack here is going to give you really good ground clearance, sit high up off the ground, but also, when not in use, easier to store. This has a tilt-away lever, which is actually pretty easy to use. Pull the lever and let this float down to a tilt. This has a 60-pound per bike weight capacity, so you could potentially have a good amount of weight on the back of your car. Now, bringing this hatch up, you can see there's plenty of clearance between the door and your vehicle. Now, the Kicks doesn't have that much cargo space, but enough for waters. If you want to switch out your shoes, keep your helmets in there, you can still have access to that cargo area without having to take your bikes off. And when you've gotten all that gear, all you need to do is lift the rack up with that handle, snaps into place, and now you are ready to hit the road. A big thing with Thule's racks is they have that capacity to be sturdy as you drive, and this fits into your 2-inch hitch receivers. If you don't yet have a hitch receiver on your Nissan Kicks, you can find a custom fit one right here at eTrailer. There are 2 touch points on the bike. The first is going to be your rear wheel strap, and this has a strap that goes over your rim. You strap this down, and then you actually have this ratcheting lever to get a very tight fit. Pressing this lever and bringing the strap up and out means it's not in the way of your spokes when you come over to the bike. Now, we saw a glimpse of that front wheel lock there. Once this is unlocked, you just hold on to the bike with one hand, press this lever with the other hand, lift up, push out, and then now you can grab your bike and go. Now, the T2 Pro XTR does not have a ramp included, so for those heavier bikes, be mindful of the height that you may have to lift your bike up and off of the bike rack or to load it back up again. For that height, I like to measure over at the tray to the ground. So where the bike sits is going to be 24 inches and a half off the ground, so a little bit over 2 feet. And for your ground clearance, that's measured at the end of the rack off the ground, 23 and a half inches. So again, almost 2 feet. With that in mind, you're going to have plenty of ground clearance. If you hit a pothole or a speed bump, no worries about that. But for lifting your bike up and onto the rack, that does sit a bit higher up. Now, for the distances this take behind the Kicks, if you measure from the plastic bumper to the end of the bike rack, that's 39 inches, which is on the larger side. But the good news is, since your Kicks isn't that big of a vehicle, then you have plenty of room to spare, even if you have a smaller garage or need to park into a tight spot. To make this bike rack even more compact, you could pull this lever and then lift up this time, and now you're in that compact position. So, taking some measurements again, from the bumper to the end of the rack, this now sits at 17 inches. So, big difference compared to earlier. You can also see plenty of good clearance between our hitch or our hatch and our bike rack. And for those that are driving behind you, this is what they're going to see. Yes, it is a bit of a larger bike rack, but full visibility through your rear window. Your taillights are visible as well. Now, your backup camera does sit in this opening here, so you are going to have an obstructed view, and your license plate is a bit covered, so just something to be mindful of as you are driving around. The owner of this vehicle actually had a hitch installed right here at eTrailer so that they could carry around a bike rack. So if you're looking for a bike rack that's strong, durable, and has wheels to make it easier to roll around, this might be a good option for you. Now, Thule also has its successor, which is the Thule Verse, and that's going to be an even more streamlined design with the option of purchasing extra wheels to add on if you want that function. So definitely check that one out here at eTrailer if you are curious about it. But the T2 Pro XTR is a solid rack, and as we saw, was a great fit on this car. What you saw today was how this bike rack fits on the 2025 Nissan Kicks. My name is Evangeline, and I hope you enjoy this journey.